Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello. Christina Gomes here, and I have an interview for this 30-day magnetic storytelling challenge. I'm so excited to bring in one of my former clients. I'm about to admit her into the space. I want to see if I can hide this. I want to hide it. Stop that video. Anyway, I'm gonna first, before we get into the interview, I want to share. Okay, so you can see me online. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna put it in the group, and then we're gonna get started on this beautiful interview today. Sharing audience. Okay, post it, baby. We should be good. Hooray. Okay, bringing in Sonia for today's interview. Hello. There she is. Sonia, how you doing?
Fantastic. So happy to be on here with you.
Yes, I've really missed you. I was just kind of downloading the people. You're my former client. I have a beautiful bio to read, but I haven't talked to you in a few weeks, maybe a month. But I've been seeing your posts, and I've been seeing just like how cool you are and how much people admire your work. I saw something recently behind the scenes of a photo shoot, but I want to introduce you with this beautiful bio so then we can get started because it's so well written. But Sonia is a personal brand photography and brand strategy coach. And she is based in San Dimas, California, and she works from her studio or on location throughout Southern California. Sonia loves working with women on the edge of their next level. Her superpower is being a guide, a space holder, and unwavering cheerleader for you. And her love language is so cute. I love this bio. Her love language is helping women entrepreneurs look and feel confident on camera so they stop hiding in plain sight and stop being the world's best kept secret, because the world needs your gifts. What an amazing bio. Welcome, Sonia, to the space. How you doing?
Fantastic. I have so missed our calls. It's great to feel your energy through the screen.
Yeah, this is like the background that I have in my calls as well. So it just feels like a casual chat, but I know we're going to share on some insights and telling a visual story with photography. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask like how you got into this artistry, this form of artistry, and a little bit about your story.
Yes, thank you for asking. And by the way, it's an honor to be here with you and all your peoples. Thank you. I was thinking about this earlier today, like, what do I want to share? And I was thinking, often we're motivated by either pain or pleasure to do something, to make a move, right? And in my case, it was pain. I was in corporate, as many of us entrepreneurs get our start. And I was in the IT industry. That's what I went to school for. I was in the industry for over a decade. And I found myself in very lonely in a data center. A data center is like this lab full of computers. It was 2 a.m. I was there by myself trying to fix a problem before people came in, the next morning to work. And I just felt the life being sucked out of me. Like, what am I doing here? I thought this was my dream job. And it came true. I manifested this. And now I hate it. It's not what I wanted, right? And there was a lot of pressure because my parents are immigrants, and I was the first in my family to go to college and, get a professional job. So I was the golden child that made it, right? And so to step away from that was like, oh, how do I tell people it's not what they think it is? I've been lied to. This is not the thing. So long story short, I was not a very happy person to be around in those days. I was kind of grumpy. My poor husband kind of had to deal with my attitude, frustration. So he's actually the one that suggested I pick up a hobby. So we thought, hey, let's go buy, it was totally random. Let's go buy a used camera off Craigslist from some guy in LA. So I did that. And Christina, as soon as I got that camera in my hand, it has not left my hand. It's been another limb. I was hooked, and previously had no interest in photography. It was just like a light bulb went on, and it was like, oh, a newfound passion. So, I love photography, but not just photography. I love working with people through photography. Like, my camera is just a tool. It's just an excuse because I tend to be kind of introverted. It's just an excuse to connect really quickly and really deeply with people. So I love that. I love having that kind of gatekeeper in between rather than me just walking up to random people starting to talk to them. So that's how it started. That's how I discovered my gifts and eventually started a business out of it.
Wow, I love that story so much. As I'm right in the middle of a magnetic storytelling challenge, what I've come to understand is that soul money, yes, you can make a lot of soul money, but soul money sometimes in the beginning, we're very happy to take a pay cut. We're very happy to be like, I am out of this soul sucking job. And I thought I wanted to be here. I just resonate so much with your story as I left the psychotherapy world, which this was my dream job. I'm helping people. There was nothing to complain about until you just feel in your body that something's wrong. It's this unexplainable desire for art, for beauty, for something more real and deeper connection, which I'm guessing in the IT world, maybe there was a lack or there was much more enthrallment with computers than people. But, what I'm hearing too is you always kept that connection with the people and your artistry, and it called you. So it was really a calling. And you have had great success as first a headshot photographer and then moving into this offer that I was right by your side as you were building this incredible brand photo experience. And maybe we can tell a little bit of the story of that, because right now I'm working on a program that helps people go from safe money to soul money. And what I've identified is that, okay, we have that first initial shock and we're like, oh, this safe IT money or this safe 9 to 5, it's not what my soul's asking me to do. And so we move into soul money. And where we move into living a soulful life. And the byproduct of that is money that matters, supporting ourselves in a living that's from our passions. But then I even found that I was traveling the world, teaching yoga, and like, I'm living a soul life. And then I'm like, wait, there's something more. There's a next level. And so you even made great success. I think you even had a 6-figure company, and yet you wanted this deeper offering. So what was that transition like for you as well?
Yes. Well, once I discovered I love photography and I decided to leave my corporate and go into photography as a business, hang up my open sign. Initially, it was wedding photography. That was my first love of working with people. And I have to give kudos to myself. I was really good at it and I loved it. I mean, loved it until I didn't. And that's when I knew, okay, this is another, signpost for me. I cannot show up to people's weddings with this energy of, oh, it's just a job. So, and I caught on to that pretty quickly, and I knew I need to make a shift. I can't continue this, right? So then personal brand photography found me. I was like, what is this? What is I get to work with people like me, other entrepreneurs, because I know the struggle of being in front of camera and being nervous, and not just having my picture taken, but as entrepreneurs, we pour our heart and soul into our businesses. They're often our babies, right? We birth this new entity from our hearts, from our brains. It's ours. And we bring all that to a personal brand photo session. It's not just a picture of you. It's like, you want to say so much, but you don't know how to say it. And it's like this heaviness that comes with it. Mm. And I can relate with that. So I thought I can be that person to guide other entrepreneurs, specifically women entrepreneurs. That's who's really I love most working with. And working with you, Christina, last summer, I think was one of the smartest decisions I ever made in my business, because I was doing headshots, and I still do, and I love headshots. And I was dabbling in personal branding, but I didn't have clarity. Like, I wasn't sure how to, basically, no, hardly anyone was booking my personal brand sessions because I didn't have the messaging. I didn't have the clarity. Headshots all day long. Great. Love it. So when I came to you, it was really for help on this is my next calling. How do I get this off the ground? How do I make it a real entity, a real thing, not just like a little hobby I'm doing on the side? So I first joined into your group coaching program, and then I followed it up with a one-on-one because I really wanted to go deeper. And you helped me get crystal clear on my messaging, and not just clear on it, but really embody it. Like, this is who I am. I'm bringing my heart into it, not my soul. And that's how I learned through you to call in soul-aligned clients, because I'm putting it out there. I'm not just from my head, like, oh, you need pictures for this, and that, for this marketing and this. I'm speaking now from my heart, from my own experience. So I think working with you was the best decision I made, because it transformed my business. I'm no longer leading when I present myself. I'm no longer leading with, oh, I'm a photographer, or I'm a headshot photographer. Now I can, with confidence, tell people what I really do from my heart. I specialize in personal branding, but I'm also a strategy coach, and I'm a guide for you. I'm not just a button clicker. And it just spills my heart. So thank you. Thank you for the transformation that you helped me do in my business. Life-changing. Yeah.
Such a cool story. And it kind of comes to like, okay, we want to create this big thing. We know that there's a next level, and we know we can do it because we already did the hard thing of like going for the soul money once, but we can get then in this cycle of, oh, this is safe, this is safe. Yes, we want to create safety in the body. Yes, we want to feel safe. And that's why we often like want to make more money, because we want to feel safe. But what I'm realizing is all illusory. And it's like, we don't actually feel our best if we have this grand thing that nobody's witnessing, because, where maybe it is difficult to switch from, okay, something that's doing well, especially if it's doing well. If you're getting paid well in the IT world, or it's not unfun to do headshots. It's just like, when you get to own the part of you that's like, I'm a guide, like I'm going to pose you and help you to tell the story, the visual story that you want to bring forth. And then also that strategy piece. Like, when I think of you and I as strategists, there's always so much, it's like where strategy meets soul, because I think people have gotten strategy wrong, of like, oh, strategy is something that you think of with your mind. Strategy is an automated system, and systems go well with strategies, and automation goes well with strategy. But a strategy can be something that's like, I write every day the most meaningful transmissions that I can write, and just pray that they're received by the right people, and create space in my life to bring those people in. But it starts with that belief that we're capable of transitioning again, even though the first time was hard, and it's always hard to transition, but that we can do it again. And then the wisdom to be like, nobody is doing this without mentors. So I'm starting to map the hero's journey, which is the story of all stories, the myths of all myth, the hero's journey from Joseph Campbell, which is the myth of all myth. All myths, all stories have this like moment where you're like, the adventure is like, there's something else. Then we resist the something else, and then we find a helper. And I wanted to just say briefly that my helper, because I ignored the kind of helpers that we normally see, like I didn't go get a coach, and I was like rebellious, and I didn't want to listen to anybody, and I didn't go get a teacher. My helper actually came when I mapped this out, was the human, the client, the little client, the teenage boy that attacked me in the office. And I was like, wait a minute, if we're going in the story, he was actually a helper. And I saw it that way the whole time. But when I went to therapy and they were like, this, you have trauma, you have to heal from this trauma. And I'm like, this bitch shook me up. Like, he got me out of this safe money job. I thought it was safe. I thought I was doing great thing. I was like, I was like, I can't go back. And I got a little bit of cash to go start this travel journey. Now, I'm not recommending anybody wait that long to get a helper, because it will come in the form of something that doesn't feel helpful. So like, you were like, but like we all need, in a beautiful, soft way, we all are going to meet a mentor or a helper. And we can consciously go, well, let me get a helper that has done this before, that understands the mechanics of this, that has a strategy for this. And same for your people of like, okay, they want to bring their best self forward. They want to transition, because what I'm noticing about your bio and how you speak about your work is like, through this experience, they get to become who it is that they want to portray to the world. And without this experience, this transmission, this transformational experience, immersion, really, then they can write in their journal all they want. I want to be a queen. I want to like show up on a throne. But when they get in your studio or on location and you've propped up this queen's chair and you put a little crown on them and you're like, how does that feel? It's like,
exactly.
And then you get the photos to prove it. So that you get the memories.
Yes. And you know what's interesting, that even though our coaching ended a few weeks ago, you are in my head every day. Like, what would Christina do? What would she tell me right now? And I often look back at my notes and be like, oh yeah, we went through this. We moved through this together. Like, I came to a realization just a couple of days ago that, I facilitate women entrepreneurs to look and feel confident on camera, but there's another layer now. And it's like, you were in my head. So you really coached me, but you didn't know you were coaching me. It was all in my imagination. There's another layer. I help them look and feel confident on camera while having fun. Because that's the feedback I'm getting from all my clients. Like, oh, that was so much fun. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Oh my gosh. Because they come to the studio like they're coming to a dentist appointment. Like, oh, I don't know, my picture is going to be, I don't know what to do. And then by the time they leave, they're like, is there more? Can we do another photo? Can I wear another outfit?
Yes.
So I think I'm going to really emphasize that on the messaging now, because while having fun is a big component of it.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. So thank you for coaching me through that, even though you didn't know you were doing it.
Thank you. I love that so much, and I want you to remember that for yourself as well. Is like, sometimes, we don't want to take credit for our clients' success, because it wasn't us. We were a helper.
Yeah.
But why coaching and guidance and these kinds of experiences, this brand photo experience, is more than, just a photo from a friend, or like even just a photo shoot. Like, photo shoots can be photo shoots, or you can get a brand photo experience that is meant and designed to help you transition. And, whether your people say that or not, like, that's a memory that they keep with them, especially with the photos, because it's a timeline of their entrepreneurial journey. And I could tell, I'm like, oh, these photos were in this season, these photos were in this season. And for your offerings, it's like, yeah, really like your coaching, your angles, they can, when I take that, like if somebody says pose like this, now in the next photo shoot, I may have a different photographer, but I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I got the little pose like this little foot thing with the foot. Like I remember it. It becomes an impression. And
Right.
so something so cool about photography, I've always been obsessed with the photography actually. Something so cool about photography and the posing of the photography is like, that's moving your body in a shape that now lives as an impression within you. And you can always take that shape. It might take time to practice that shape of a queenly shape of how do I sit when I'm on a throne? How do I sit with a camera in front of me? And at first we might feel awkward, so do something weird with our body. But when we hear Sonia being like, hey, this, turn towards the light, it's almost this deeper. It's like turn towards the light. That sounds hot. Like be the light. Yeah, light shining on your face. So tell us more about that. We were going to talk today about, telling a visual story. Like what's a session like with you, with your people?
Yes, yes. I love guiding my clients. So it's really the photography doesn't even start when they walk into the studio or on location, wherever we're going for the photos. We are having a conversation. We probably would have talked before anyhow. And I know what you want to, the message you want to embody, what you're going to wear, all of those things. Once we get settled, we're really talking about the intention for that day. I don't even have my camera on me at that point. And I really want them to get more into their heart, what they want to communicate, who they are, not just in that season, but that day. Because we shift daily, we shift hourly sometimes of who we are in that moment, right? So if they come in flustered from traffic and rushing and they were late and the hair makeup took a while, I get them like, you're here, settle in. There's music playing. I offer them a libation, whether water or bubbly, whatever they're feeling like, tea, whatever, something to get them settled into the space and like calm the nervous system a little bit, right? And oftentimes it morphs, I tend to be a spiritual person and I tend to call in spiritual clients. And it often morphs into, call it a prayer, call it a meditation, a manifestation circle. And we set the intention for what we want to accomplish and calling in our guides or God or whatever calls to that person so that we can feel guided and protected on all levels, right? On the physical level, on the energetic level, on the vibration level. And then we, turn up the volume on the music. If they want to hear oldies, 80s Madonna, if they want to hear heavy metal, whatever, reggaeton, whatever they want to hear. I'm blasting the music so they're feeling, the vibe. And then we start, and I'm guiding them the whole time. So there's not an opportunity to be in their head. Like the photo sessions that I do are really an opportunity to quiet the naysayer voices in our head. Like, do I look good? Do I look fat? Is my hair messed up? Oh my God, do I look stupid? Blah, blah, blah. All the things we think. There's no opportunity for that because we're having conversation the whole time and I'm guiding. Oh, you just did something with your elbow. Do this. Or I love the way you turn this way. And I'm just constantly reinforcing or trying things out or correcting some things. Oh, if you just move your foot 1 inch to the left, it's going to, capture a more flattering angle and playing with the light and capturing moods. It's fun. We are playing in the studio. So that's what it is. It's just fun. And I think my energy of fun and curiosity and enthusiasm transmits to my client.
Yes. Oh, so many things are coming through, but the first thing was space holder, and then the second was like healing from trauma. And it's not like you and I are going out. I mean, I used to be a psychotherapist, but I'm not. My going out and being like, I'm going to heal your depression. But like when we don't only heal from trauma, from deep, crying and deep, like in therapy, rehashing the old wounds. That's part of it. We can do that if we want, but having a better experience, like having there's a word for it in the psychotherapy world, but it's a healing experience. It's like, this is not just a photo shoot. This is a healing experience. It sounded like a prayer, a ceremony even, and every ceremony is a healing experience. Um, and every therapy appointment is a healing experience. But when you have like thoughts about your body, or you old conditioning around what you need to look like, or, what color your skin needs to be, or what, how, like all these things, how you need to dress in order to be profesh. And I see your clients like babes, like looking like babes, like cleave out, like champagne up, shoulders back, and they're just like, so someone was like, Sonia's the best. There's no one better than Sonia. And it was like exactly when you said that you wanna photograph queenpreneurs, and then there's a queen right there. Like I love watching your content. There's a queen right there. Like, yeah, I couldn't work with anyone else because you embody that confidence, that joy, that healing from joy, healing from fun. And us as Libras, we kind of have talked about this too, of like, well, everybody has a story, and everybody's like telling their vulnerable story, and you and I are over here like, well, can't we just have fun and tell the stories that are nice? Like, I want to do that. And it's like, good, exactly. Like, it's different for everybody, but it's like, you want to embody, it's natural for you. It's not, it would be unnatural for you to be like any other way than bringing out the joy in yourself more, and then holding that space for other people's joy. And that's that space holder in you of like, yes, we're artists, we're photographers, but when you own that, like in your energy and presence, there's a transmission happening, and you help people feel comfortable with your words, it becomes more than a photo shoot. And they still get photos at the end.
Yes, beautiful photos at the end. Yeah, I think I'm a mirror, and I'm there oftentimes to remind them of who they are. Right. They've forgotten, they're flustered. They got all the things going on, all the plates spinning and things. And often we forget, I mean, myself included, like the women that are coming to work with me have an impact to make in the world, right? They are founders, they are CEOs, they are like queen level energy. And sometimes we forget because we're busy with all the things. And I'm just there to remind them, like, fucking own it, queen, step into it. Like, yes, do it. So I'm there to be a cheerleader and to support, gently support as well. It's not everybody comes in with high energy, right? There might be a little bit lower energy, and I'll tone it down a little bit to what serves to that particular client, right? So it's fun.
Yeah, because sometimes tears can be joyful. And that's what I'm hearing too, of like, if they're coming from a place and they had all these, negative thoughts, and you're like the first person in a long time just being like, wow, you look beautiful. Like, just that, like can elicit some tears. And the beautiful thing about you is like, I remember working, like being in a retreat with somebody who was an artist, and she was helping people to paint. And I was a songwriter, and I was helping people to write songs. But the difference between us was when I would see people come and just start crying because they finally felt like their voice mattered. And she was like, dang, we're just like painting over here, like relax. But I realized, and I thought she was funny, but everybody wants different things. She's like, I want to teach them technique. But I was like, oh, I saw that each and every one of us, when we have had our creativity stifled, or our beauty stifled, or our beauty conditioned, or our confidence kind of cut by what the world says is beautiful, or what the world says is right, or what the world says is society, not the deep world, but the society. And it's like, then you get somebody who's like, yes, you're remember who you are. And mirrors and Libras and empaths, like that's the thing about you too. If like the person's coming in high energy, already confident, then you get to roll with that. But if the person needs a little love and reminder, it's like you can go that way as well. And that's really what I learned in like my therapy classes. So I'm not saying like, hey, we're therapists, but I'm saying like these things are like so therapeutic. These programs, these offerings. That's what it is. These offerings are actually like really transformational. That's what it is, like really
Yes.
transformational. And it is because of your gift to be able to mirror, to be able to see what is appropriate in the right moments, because maybe it is a softer moment. And I love that you're in service to what is the for the highest good of that woman. And that is always, for anyone listening, that's the where the money is the byproduct of that. I love talking about soul money and I love helping people make money, because imagine if you had to still work in IT to be able to do this. Like, you'd be tired from one or the other, you'd be tired. So like, I love helping people make soul money, not because of the money's sake, but because of all the feelings. And then the money just allows you to just be able to do this. Like,
Yeah.
just be able to do this. Like, great.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
you talked about being a guide, and it's so fulfilling to be able to do that for others. Because through photography and the brand services that I offer, I think that's like a portal. They can walk through the door of letting themselves be seen. And I can be a guide because I've already crossed that door. I've been there. I've been afraid, quiet, hidden, world's best kept secret. And with help of mentors and my own spiritual work as well, I've opened that portal. I've crossed over. I've allowed myself to be seen on video, on photos, and different ways of speaking confidently about my business because I believe so deeply in it, just like all my clients do. And allow yourself to be seen. That's it. It's not that scary, really, especially when you have support. It's not just me. I have an amazing team. I have a stylist, a makeup artist, and we're all there at the brand photo shoot for clients. So there's a team of women, a circle of women holding you, supporting you, celebrating, cheerleading you on. You're not just not just you in the camera, right? And the world staring at you. It's not even that. It's fun. I'm just going to change it to fun photo shoot. Okay, that's it. That's what it is. Fun photo shoot.
Fun photo shoot. I swear it's fun. It's so cute. Exactly. Like, have the most fun you ever had
Yeah.
and get photos. Like,
And get photos.
it is fun for me. It's always been fun for me because I'm a ham and can like smell a camera from far away. But I realize, it's not fun for everybody. And when you have the intention of making it fun, it's like you may get to experience their fears in the beginning and that conversation and what they've experienced before, their objections to why they haven't gotten a photo shoot in so long, and you're like, oh, I got you, like, we just need to have fun. And then it's cool because you do. Oh, and I wanted to say that as well, like, this is not just even a fun photo shoot. It's like there's another layer of like they're getting the like red carpet treatment. They're getting their hair right. What are they getting? Like, what do they get even before the shoot?
Yes. Well, with your help and your program, you helped me craft the empowerment photo experience, which is my high value offer, my signature, my baby. This is a luxury brand photo experience. And it's really, yes, you will get amazing images for your marketing collateral and your social media and all of that. And that's part of the strategy that I work with you on. But it's deeper than that. It's really an opportunity to tap into that inner queen energy, right? With the support. So you can be unapologetic, you can be raw, you can be vulnerable, you could be funny, you could be goofy, you could be whatever you want. There's no shoulds. There should be this. We're getting rid of that. Be whatever, whoever you want to be. And it's really, being camera can be very intense, but it can also be very transformational, like we've been talking about. So I think where the magic truly happens is when we start embodying who we are without all the voices in the head and just get into the heart and just be, just play. What do we want to do? And I combine that. It's not just all fun and games, right? I do combine that with strategy. There is a loose shot list and an intention from the perspective of marketing. Why are we doing this photo session? It's not just, oh, we'll get a bunch of pretty pictures, right? That, you need to be able to use these images for your marketing, for your social media, for your email list, whatever you're using it for. And we have that conversation beforehand. So we're very clear, but I also leave a lot of wiggle room for spontaneity. So things can develop as they need to, as they're meant to. And then part of it is directed and posed, and some of it is more candid, and it's a blend, right? So they are being supported not just by me in that way. They will be working with my amazing stylist who has years of experience working with top brands and big time photo shoots with magazines. She's amazing. She's dressed me for my own brand photo session. And she's going to help you dress you from head to toe, help you decide on outfits, help you select outfits. She will be on set to dress you, accessorize you. You will be like Beyonce. You just step onto the set and she takes care of you. Like you have to, she's still theming your clothes. You have to do nothing. You just shower and show up. Okay. You will also have my extraordinary makeup artist who she's my go-to. She is amazing at getting you camera ready. There's specific makeup for being on camera. Rather, it's different than everyday makeup. And she's amazing at that. And she will prepare you, get you ready, do your hair. And she stays on set to do touch-ups and change-ups. So as you change your outfit, you might need to change your lipstick or do your hair up or let it down or recurl it, whatever. So we're taking care of you the whole time. You're just being pampered for the day, right? And then as you work with me, I'm motivating you. I'm guiding you. I'm letting you know, ooh, do this angle for you. This look looks really good. Or with this outfit, make sure you turn this way, and pulling different expressions naturally from you so that you have a range of images. Of course, keeping in mind our intention, how these images are going to be used. I know ahead of time how you intend to use these images for what marketing campaigns you may have coming up, because I want to know, like, oh, are you building a new website? I know you're going to need a hero shot that's a vertical with negative space, like all the technicalities of the marketing lingo. I need to know that so that I can be very purposeful, and then I can play, right? You follow the rules, but then you break them after once you know them. So it's a little bit of blend of of both.
This is so intentional. And I remember you creating this offering, but like hearing it, you just like after having executed on your conversion event and called in some clients and like experiencing even more clients, because you've been doing this for a while, but like really, just I see what you're doing out there. I see that the brand photo experience is happening, and like just feeling like, wow, what a valuable offer for entrepreneurs. Like, holy crap, you're getting it all. Like, great freaking job. And I'm seeing the joy pour forth from you of what you get to do, because it's not like, just like having fun and then letting go of like the intentions and the purpose, I'm thinking personality, purpose, the purpose. And like, oh, and the marketing know-how, that's really cool, because we tend to overthink those things. And a lot of entrepreneurs are not marketers. Like, this is why I help my people to share a marketing message, because they have such a disconnect between their words and then their words to promote their offerings. And like, it's like, no, wait, you get to just talk about your passion for your offering and like speak about the value. And so let's go in and explore that. And how do you want to bring that forward and where? But like, so your people might not be marketers. They might be like, what, like you said, they're CEOs, founders, like they have big companies, and they need like to not be thinking about the hero, the negative space on the hero with a selfie photo, like they've moved on, and it's like, okay, cool. And you're thinking about that. You're thinking about all the details and bringing it back to, it feels like it's such a joy for you to do that.
Oh, it absolutely is. And even my favorite part is once we review the photos, once it's all said and done, they select the ones that they want. There is a collection with 90 days worth of images that they will receive, so that they are set for their social media and all marketing needs for a while. But then after we do another consultation, another Zoom, that's a brand strategy coaching call for me. So we will spend an hour or so identifying all the opportunities to maximize the photos. How can you use this? In what ways? This, I can help guide them. This one's great for your email newsletter. These 5 are great for certain pages on your website. this one can, your message about, XYZ can go well, complemented well with this image on your social media. So we explore all of those opportunities so that I fill that gap. In the past, when I did brand photo sessions, before I worked with you, I noticed the gap. I would provide my images like, here's all your amazing photos. And then the majority of them would sit in the hard drive. And it's like, no, wait, why did you only use two? And they're telling me, oh my God, I love these, and this is my favorite. But they weren't using them. And in speaking, when I was doing my market research for my offer, realizing that they didn't know what to do with them because they're not marketers. Most of them are not marketers. So I thought, I need to fill that gap. So I need to coach them through that. And even then, I've even grown my sphere with other marketers, copywriters, SEO people. So if they need further support, I have amazing people I can refer them to further their marketing efforts and maximize their investment. It's an investment in themselves, really.
I love that. Yeah, you're the queen of networking also. You have this beautiful group that, and you referred someone to me. Thank you so much. I love my clients so much. Thank you for letting people know I exist, because I'm just like, this is Martha, if you're listening, like so cool. Like, thank you. And like, that's the beauty of it too, is like, you have a good experience with someone, all these beautiful women, and now you're making clubs of entrepreneurs, and you're like, this, you can see what I want you to know for yourself and for everybody listening, like, who's thinking about hire Sonia, like, not everybody can see such a big picture like you can and see all these moving parts. So that is so cool that you're like bringing in the SEO people and like really helping somebody to, grow in ways that are beyond material. They're like inner, but then also like, wow, like your business is going to grow really in all these tangible ways, because you cannot not grow with this kind of support, but like this kind of support and just more support layered in. So beautiful. Before we get into like where people can get you, like find you and book this experience and all of that, I have one question that I ask everybody that comes on my podcast. And if you could tell your younger self one thing, that younger self that maybe was still in IT, or that younger self that was a little bit like, oh, like, can I really pull this thing off now? Is this too much? What would you tell your younger self?
So many things. I think it would be, can you let it be easy?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think in my own experience, and also with the hundreds of entrepreneurs I get to interact with in my business and the networking world, we often think that, creating something new, creating something big has to be a hustle, and it has to be a grind. And if it's not hard, then we're not proving our worth, right? So we make it hard. So what if we can bring less resistance, less heaviness? And what if it's supposed to be fun? What if we let it be easy? At least some of the time, right? Why do we have to grind and hustle? That's not queen energy at all. I don't want to hustle and grind. I will work hard for something. I will work for it, and I will put effort, and I will put my heart, but it doesn't have to feel so gritty all the time. So I think that's what I would tell myself, because I wasted too many calories and too much energy doing it that way.
It's so true. Thank you so much. I love that. You just told my younger self that too. I felt like a little bit of a lift from the past of like, oh, even looking back on the past of like, we even make it hard by looking and being like, that was hard. And it's like, but some parts were so easy. I actually love looking back on the past on hard times and being like I had some hard times in Thailand, and then I was like, oh, remember all that food I ate? Like that was good food. And you can even let your past lighten up a little bit and be easy of like, that was, I wouldn't have gotten to eat all that good Thai food if I didn't You know,
It was
those
worth
other
it.
things didn't come with it. Well, thank you so much, Sonia. Like every time I talk to you, even in our coaching calls, I'm like, my wheels are turning. I'm like, how I'm gonna get to LA? Oh my
Yes,
God, when
yes.
I look
You tell
real
me when you're
pretty.
here. You can stay at my house when you come over.
So
I'll be
fun.
happy to
I
host
picked
you.
up the doggies. I get to meet
Yeah.
the puppies. So fun. Well, I before we close too, I got a little. I know in our calls we were always showing our babies, but I got a new baby. Otherwise, I was
Hi,
gonna make a
baby.
trip to the States, but now I have a baby, so
Oh, what a
she
cutie.
whines when I move her. She just whines. She's
What's his
like,
name? What's her name?
Alaska.
Oh, cute.
Okay, before I get into my like cute, I don't know if you heard of cute aggression where you're just like, before I get addicted to that, I will have you tell everyone how they can get in touch with you. I'll have your links and stuff, but if you want to just tell.
Yes, yes. The easiest way to see all things I do is on Instagram. I am at Sonia Tapia Branding. And all my link trees on there and all that. If you're interested in the empowerment photo experience, you can go to empowermentphotoexperience.com and you can read all about it. And there's a contact form there too if you have any questions that you'd like to talk about.
She got the domain. She got the
Yes,
domain.
the domain.
That's a queen move right there. So cool. Oh, Sonia, I could talk to you forever and catch up, but this has been
Likewise.
so lovely. I'm gonna take this. Don't tell the baby she's going to the vet, but she
Oh no.
seems fine. She has to get her first vaccination, so that's where I'm headed. But
Oh,
it's so lovely to talk to you. Let's catch up soon again, and I'd love to have you back on the podcast. If I can't get to LA anytime soon because of my baby, we can catch up in other ways. But
bring her with
great
you.
job. Thank you so much. I miss you, and
Thank
we'll
you so
talk
much.
soon.
All right. Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.